Hello. In continuation with the chapter Introduction to Trigonometry, today we'll discuss trigonometric identities and exercise 8.4. Trigonometric identities generally in the examination, it is asked that prove the trigonometric identities by geometry. Okay. So let us see how to. First, let me tell you what is trigonometric identities. Trigonometric identities. Actually, the identity is like sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, 1 plus cosec square theta is equal to cot square theta. So, how to prove these identities by geometry? Okay. Trigonometry, as you know that one thing is very important that in a trigonometry always a right angle triangle is used, which I have been telling you since part 1 of trigonometry, introduction to trigonometry. So 90 degree, okay, and whatever the angle which we are taking, its opposite is always perpendicular, hypotenuse is fixed, which is opposite to 90, and one remaining is a base. Okay. In triangle ABC, using Pythagoras theorem, when I use the Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So giving this equation number 1, because I'll use the same equation and after that finding all three trigonometric identities. Okay. First of all, I am doing it. Actually, there are three sides in a triangle. One is a hypotenuse, base and perpendicular, AC, AB and BC. Once I am dividing by AC square on both sides. Dividing by AC square on both sides. Okay. If I divide by AC square on both sides, then what is coming this? AC square upon AC square is equal to AB square upon AC square plus BC square upon AC square. That means AC cancel, it is coming 1 is equal to AB upon AC whole square plus BC upon AC whole square. Okay. AB upon AC. AB upon AC. If I will take this as an angle, then what happened? Its opposite is perpendicular, that is base and hypotenuse. So AB upon AC, perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So may I write here 1 is equal to, what is it? Sin C. So that means it is sin square C, because AB upon AC whole square, sin C whole square or sin square C, same thing, plus BC upon AC, base upon hypotenuse, cos square C. So that is identity number 1. Sin square C plus cos square C is equal to 1, or sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. That means the angle should be same on both the trigonometric ratios. Squaring plus sign is there, its value is 1. Like sin square 50 plus cos square 50 is equal to 1. That is 1. After that, dividing by, now I am taking this BC square, dividing by BC square. Okay, dividing by BC square to equation number 1. One equation is this: if I divide by BC square, then what happens? AC square upon BC square is equal to AB square upon BC square and plus BC square upon BC square. Okay, so that is AC upon BC whole square is equal to AB upon BC whole square, and that is plus 1. AC upon BC. AC upon BC. Hypotenuse upon base, if we are taking this angle. Okay. Hypotenuse upon base. Hypotenuse upon base, that means opposite of base upon hypotenuse, opposite of cos, that is sec. So we write here sec square C is equal to 1 plus AB upon BC. AB upon BC perpendicular upon base, that is 10. 1 plus tan square c. So that is identity number 2. 1 plus tan square c is equal to sec square c. Okay. Identity 1, this is 2. Now, dividing by AB square to equation 1. If I divide by AB square to equation 1, then what happens? Equation number 1 is this. AC square upon AB square is equal to AB square upon AB square and plus BC square upon again AB square. Okay. AC upon AB whole square is equal to 1 plus BC upon AB whole square. AC upon AB, hypotenuse upon perpendicular, H upon P, perpendicular of hypotenuse, that is sine, and the reciprocal of sine is cosec. So this is cosec square C is equal to 1 plus BC upon AB, base upon perpendicular, that is cot square C. So these are three trigonometric identities. We can prove any one of them. One is sine square. Suppose this angle is theta, then what happens? Sine square theta plus cos square. Suppose this angle is theta. So that is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. And 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. These are three trigonometric identities. Okay. So by the way, these are the three identities only, but we will use these trigonometric identities in different way. Like suppose we know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and we want to convert cos square theta in terms of sine square theta. So we can write here sine square cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta, or sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Okay. I am writing here identities, and then we'll have to start exercise 8.4. These are the identities which I am writing here. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Okay. We can use like that: sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So you will understand these are the three, not 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. We'll use these three identities as well. Tan theta can be written in the form of sin theta upon cos theta, and cot theta is written in the form of cos theta upon sin theta. Okay. Here one more important thing. Suppose sin square theta, if I want to write sin square theta in terms of cos, that means any sine terms is writing in terms of cos. Sin square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. Here we can write here 1 square minus cos square theta, that is a square minus b square, a plus b, a minus b. So what I mean to say, if 1 plus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta is there, 1 minus cos square theta, that is sin square theta. Same as cos square theta is equal to 1 minus sin square theta, 1 plus sin theta, 1 minus cos theta. So these are the ways by which we can convert, and we will use the term as per the questions and the terms which are required in the questions when we are solving. Okay. So now look at exercise 8.4. Taking some questions from this exercise. Question number 1, which is very important and which is used in the higher classes also. Express the trigonometric ratios sin A, sec A and tan A in terms of cot A. Actually, one question I am taking that express the trigonometric ratios sin A, I am taking one term sin A, and it is converting into the form of all these remaining 5 trigonometric ratios. Okay. Exercise 8.4. Exercise 8.4. Question is express the trigonometric ratios. Question number 1. Express the trigonometric ratios of, express the trigonometric ratios of sin A in terms of cos A, tan A, sec A, cot A and cosec A. Okay. One thing is clear that any trigonometric ratio can be expressed in other 5 trigonometric ratios because they are the related. One is base, perpendicular and hypotenuse, and in the ratios there are 2 sides are coming and third side is with the help of Pythagoras theorem. So every ratio can be expressed in the form of, in the terms of other ratios. Each and every ratio. Okay. Here I have taken that sin A is converting in terms of cos A, tan A, sec A, cosec A, cot A, everything. Right. Sin A. In the book it is given that the 3 are given and we are converting into the form of cot A. 1 I have taken and I am converting in all 6 so that you can understand that how to convert and what is the conversion procedure. Sin A. Sin A, if you want to convert into the form of cosec A, I think the simplest way, because the reciprocal of sin is cosec, sin A I can write here 1 upon cosec. Is it okay? This is the conversion of sin A into cosec A. Second, we are going to convert sin A in the form of, suppose I am converting sin A into the form of tan A. Okay. So I have to write here sin A. This is equal to, because you can see that all the trigonometric ratios which are given in the form of a square. That means sin square A can written 1 minus cos square A. So I am writing here sin A, but sin A cannot be changed in the form of cos A. So sin A may I write here under root sin square A. Okay. And under root sin square A, under root sin square A can be written 1 minus cos square A. 1 minus cos square A. Okay. This is, you can see that the sin is converted into the form of cos. Sin A can be written under 1 minus cos square A. Okay. Third one, sin A is equal to under root 1 minus cos square A is here. Cos square A, you know that the reciprocal of cos is sec. So may I write here 1 upon sec square A. So it is coming sec square A minus 1 upon sec square A. That means under root sec square A minus 1 upon sec A. This is the conversion of sin A into the form of sec A. Okay. Next one, sin A I am going to convert into the form of tan A. Okay. Sin A into the form of tan A. Sin A 1 minus 1 upon sec square A, and the value of sec square A is equal to 1 plus tan square A. So I write here 1 plus tan square A. This means LCM 1 plus tan square A. It is 1 plus tan square A minus 1. 1 cancel, tan square A upon 1 plus tan square A. So that means it is tan A outside of the root upon 1 plus tan square A. This is the conversion of sin A into the form of tan A. Next, sin A, and I want to convert it into the form of, see, we have converted cosec, second cos, third sec, tan, and now left that is cot. Okay. So in cot A, how to convert it? Sin A is equal to tan A upon under root 1 plus tan square A. Tan A I can write here 1 upon cot A because tan A is a reciprocal of cot A. 1 plus 1 upon cot square A. Tan square A can be written cot square A. So what is coming? 1 upon cot A upon LCM cot square A, cot square A plus 1. Root cot A second and fourth term cancel. It is coming 1 upon under root 1 plus cot square A. Is it clear? Cot A and this is cot square A. When I'll take this term outside of the root, it becomes cot A cancel 1 upon 1 plus cot square A. So now you can see that every trigonometric ratio can be expressed in the form of other term. Okay. So any term can be expressed. So that is the way by which you can express sec A into the form of cosec A into the form of cot A, and others. After that, I am taking questions from question number third. Question number third, first part. Also, I am taking third question, first part, which is evaluate sin square 63 plus sin square 27 upon cos square 17 and plus cos square 73. Okay, evaluate. Here two terms are using. One is complementary ratios, complementary angle, and second one is trigonometric identities. How complementary? Because as I told you, when the angles are coming apart from 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, any other angle coming, that means we will understand that, okay, we'll have to use here complementary angle. You can see that the sum of 63 plus 27, 90, 17, 73, 90. So one of them will be changed. Sin square 63 plus sin square 90 minus 63. Okay, 90 minus 63, 27. Cos square 17 plus cos square 90 minus 73. Okay. Sin square 63 plus cos 90 minus theta. You forget this square, cos sin 90 minus theta. It is cos theta. So I write here cos square 63 upon cos square 17 plus cos 90 minus 73. Sorry, 73 I have written 90 minus 17, only then 73 is coming. So cos 90 minus 17, that is sin 17, sin square 17. Okay. Identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. In place of that, I can write here 1. Sin square 17 plus cos square 17 is equal to 1. 1 upon 1, that is 1. Okay. So this is the answer of it. After that, now I am coming to question number 5. In fifth question, there are many parts. So I am taking some parts. Fifth question, first part. Fifth question, first part. Question is cosec theta minus cot theta whole square. Cosec theta minus cot theta whole square is equal to 1 minus cos theta upon 1 plus cos theta. Fifth question, first part. Okay. Left hand side term, right hand side term, we can solve this question. For solving the question, we have three different ways. Either you can take left hand side and reach to the right hand side. So we'll write here LHS is equal to RHS. Or we'll take RHS and prove LHS. RHS is equal to LHS. Or the third way, you will solve half of the part LHS, half of the part RHS, and then we'll see that both the terms are equal. Okay. I am taking cosec theta minus cot theta whole square. That means which side I have taken here? LHS. Okay. Cosec theta minus cot theta whole square. And we have to pay our full attention here that what we want to take on the RHS, that is 1 minus cos theta upon 1 plus cos theta. So we are converting these terms into the form of cos and sine. Cosec is a reciprocal of sine. Cosec theta can be written 1 upon sine theta minus cot theta. Cot is cos upon sine. Okay. Cos theta upon sine theta. Now one question in your mind may be that why the cot is not written in the form of 1 upon 10? Because if I write here 1 upon 10, then I think it's very difficult in taking LCM. Here you can see 1 upon sine, that is cos upon sine. So this term is easily calculatable. Therefore, I have converted cot into the form of cos upon sine rather than 1 upon 10. Okay. Taking LCM inside the bracket, sine theta 1 minus cos theta, it is whole square. So that means it is 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta, because 1 minus cos theta whole square can be written 2 times upon sine square theta. Now I'll see the RHS, where 1 minus cos in numerator and 1 plus cos on denominator, and here you will see that the sine square theta on the denominator. So first of all, this sine square theta will be converted into the form of cos. So in terms of cos, how to convert sine? Using identity, sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta, and this is 1 minus cos square theta. That is a square minus b square, a square, 1 minus cos square theta, 1 plus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta. So 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta upon 1 plus cos theta and 1 minus cos theta. Identity I have used, term cancel, and remaining 1 minus cos theta upon 1 plus cos theta. Hence, LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So this is the proof of question number 5, first part. Now taking question number 5, second part. Question number 5, second part. In 5th there are 10 questions and all questions are important. Second part, cos A upon 1 plus sin A, cos A upon 1 plus sin A, and 1 plus sin A upon cos A. Cos A upon 1 plus sin A plus 1 plus sin A upon cos A is equal to 2 sec A. Okay, is equal to 2 sec A. Whenever you see that the number of terms are 2 or more than 2, simply we'll have to take, generally we'll take LCM. LHS cos A upon 1 plus sin A plus 1 plus sin A upon cos A. Taking LCM first, 1 plus sin A cos A. 1 plus sin A cancel, cos A multiplied by cos A, cos square A, plus cos A cancel, 1 plus sin A, 1 plus sin A, 1 plus sin A whole square. Okay. This means cos square A as it is, plus using identity a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2 into 1 into sin A upon 1 plus sin A into cos A. Cos square A plus sin square A. Identity, the value of this is 1. Sin square A plus cos square A, that is 1 plus 1 plus 2 sin A upon 1 plus sin A. Don't multiply here with cos A to 1 plus sin A. Remains as it is. We have to memorize many terms here also when we solve the question, especially in trigonometry. Okay. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2 sin A upon 1 plus sin A into cos A. What should be done? Taking 2 common. So it is coming 1 plus sin A upon 1 plus sin A into cos A. 1 plus sin A cancel, 2 upon cos A. 2 and cos is a reciprocal of sec. So it is 2 sec A. Okay. Hence LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. Now in fifth question, I am selecting fifth question. One part is part number 3, third part. Tan theta upon 1 minus cot theta. Third part, tan theta upon 1 minus cot theta plus cot theta upon 1 minus tan theta is equal to 1 plus sec theta into cosec theta. Okay. LHS. Why I taken LHS here? Reason? Because there are number of terms are 2, simply taking, first of all, this tan and cot are to be converted to the form of sin and cos, taking LCM and then calculate. After that, let us see which step is coming. Accordingly, we'll have to solve it. Okay. So I am taking left hand side term. Tan theta upon 1 minus cot theta plus cot theta upon 1 minus tan theta. Okay. Tan is written in the form of sin upon cos. So tan theta sin theta upon cos theta upon 1 minus cot theta cos theta upon sin theta plus cot theta cos theta upon sin theta upon 1 minus tan theta sin theta upon cos theta. What I have done this, all tan and cot converted to the form of sin upon cos and cos upon sin. Okay. It is coming sin theta upon cos theta upon 1, LCM of 1 and sin theta, that is sin theta. It is coming sin theta minus cos theta plus this is cos theta upon sin theta. Again, here is a LCM of 1 and cos theta, so that is cos theta minus sin theta. Okay. Now we have got here 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this situation, what happens? First term multiplied by 4 term upon second term multiplied by third term. Sin theta multiplied by sin theta, it is sin square theta upon second term cos theta multiplied by sin theta minus cos theta plus same condition cos square theta upon sin theta multiplied by cos theta minus sin theta. Is that clear? Now let us see the denominator of both the terms. In denominator there is a sin theta minus cos theta, it is cos theta minus sin theta. Okay. So better to take minus sign common from here, then this cos minus sin becomes sin theta minus cos theta, so that in taking LCM of denominator the term is easier. So here what I am doing here, this cos theta minus sin theta is to be converted to the form of sin minus cos, we will take minus sign common. Sin square theta upon cos theta sin theta minus cos theta. This plus becomes minus cos square theta upon sin theta, and it is now sin theta minus cos theta. Step is clear? Because I'll take minus sign common. If we have a term a minus b and I'll take minus common, then it becomes b minus a. Okay. Same thing I have done a minus common here. Cos minus sin becomes sin theta minus cos theta. Why we have done so? So that LCM of these denominators are easy. See, one term is common, sin theta minus cos theta, and sin theta and cos theta. So total LCM of this is sin theta cos theta and sin theta minus cos theta. This is the LCM in denominator term. Cos theta is cancelled, sin theta minus cos theta cancelled. What is left? Sin theta, which is multiplied by sin square theta, that is sin cube theta, minus. Same as sin theta cancel, 1 sin theta minus cos theta cancel, cos theta multiplied by cos square theta, that is cos cube theta. Okay. After that, this is an identity a cube minus b cube. And identity a cube minus b cube in factor form a minus b, a square plus b square plus ab. This is an identity a cube minus b cube. I am converting this a cube minus b cube in the factored form a minus b. A minus b sin theta minus cos theta. A square plus b square plus ab sin square theta plus cos square theta plus sin theta cos theta. This is the expansion of it upon sin theta cos theta and sin theta minus cos theta. Sin theta minus cos theta is cancelled. After that, sin square theta plus cos square theta, identity says it is 1. So 1 plus sin theta cos theta. 1 plus sin theta cos theta upon sin theta cos theta. Now see the right hand side term, that is 1 plus sec theta into cosec theta. So I can write here 1 upon sin theta cos theta plus sin theta cos theta upon sin theta cos theta. Because the denominator having a single term, so which can be written 1 upon this plus this term upon this term also. Okay, denominator is a single term, so can be written like this. 1 upon sine, the reciprocal of sine is cosec and reciprocal of cos is sec. So may I write here sec theta into cosec theta plus this term cancel, it is 1. So what is coming? 1 plus sec theta into cosec theta, 1 plus sec theta into cosec theta. Hence, don't forget to write LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So this is the proof of third part of question number 5. There are total 10 parts and all the parts are very important. So you need a lot of practice. Because here we have to remember that what is the method we have to use for finding easily from LHS to RHS. Okay. Next question is leaving for you 1 plus sec a upon sec a is equal to sin square a. So to LHS, RHS we have to solve. Question number 5 I am solving here. Cos a minus sin a plus 1. Cos a, question number 5th part. What is it? It is cos a minus sin a plus 1. Cos a minus sin a plus 1 upon cos a plus sin a minus 1 is equal to cosec a plus cot a. Cosec a plus cot a. Very interesting question and a very specific way why we shall have to solve it. Cos a minus sin a plus 1 upon cos a plus sin a minus 1. Since on the right hand side we are going to take the cosec a plus cot a. Cosec a plus cot a. Okay. For converting cosec a plus cot a, now we'll think that which trigonometric ratio should be divided or multiplied in this term left hand side, so that we are getting cosec a and cot a, all the terms in that format, cosec a and cot a. So I think when I divide it by sin a to numerator and denominator, then what happened? Cos upon sin, that is cot, and sin upon sin 1 upon sin, reciprocal of sin is cosec. Okay. So if I divide to numerator and denominator by sin a, then the term is converted to the form of cosec a plus cot a. And now let us see what is the next term is coming. So here what should I do here? Dividing sin a dividing sin A to numerator and denominator. We have dividing sin A to numerator and denominator. We have, if I divide it, so it is cos A upon sin A minus sin A upon sin A and plus 1 upon sin A. Is dividing to all the terms. Same as cos A upon sin A plus sin A upon sin A minus 1 upon sin A. After dividing it, the term which we are getting, cos upon sin, cot A. So it is cot A minus 1 plus cosec A. Cosec A. Because 1 upon sin, the reciprocal of sin is cosec. Same term is here, cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. It's okay. After that, cot A minus 1 plus cosec A, and here we need cosec A plus cot A. Okay. I can do here one thing, cot A plus cosec A, cot A plus cosec A minus 1. The value of 1 is, now you can find out there are three identities here. One in the terms of sin cos, second is tan and sec, and third one is cosec and cot. So because these all terms are in the form of cosec and cot, so we have to select this cosec and cot. And what is the value? That means the 1 can be written in terms of cosec and cot. We can write here 1 is equal to cosec square A minus cot square A. So where there's a 1, here like cot A I have written as it is, cosec A as it is, minus in place of 1 I am writing here cosec square A minus cot square A. Okay. Upon denominator cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. That is as it is, no change in it. After that, cot A plus cosec A minus, using identities A square minus B square, A plus B, A minus B, cosec A plus cot A, cosec A plus cot A, and cosec A minus cot A. Okay. Upon cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Now I'll see the numerator term very carefully. In the numerator there are two terms, 1 and this is number 2. And you can see that the one term cot A plus cosec A, cot A plus cosec A is taken common. So I am taking common cot A plus cosec A. If I take this term common, then here in the first term nothing is left, that means 1. Second term minus cot A plus cosec A plus cot A common, minus this minus sign, and it is left. So minus with cosec A. So I write here minus cosec A, and minus into minus it is plus cot A upon cot A plus 1 minus cosec A. Okay. Now you can check it, this term 1 minus cosec A plus cot A. 1 minus cosec A plus cot A. So this entire term from the denominator is cancelled by the numerator. Left is cosec A plus cot A. Cosec A plus cot A. Hence LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So this is the solution of question number fifth part. Now I am taking a question from the same exercise from question number 5th. From question number 5th I am taking sixth part of it is a root term. That is also, I want to take it, sixth part of it, sixth part, which is under root 1 plus sine A upon 1 minus sine A. Root 1 plus sine A upon 1 minus sine A is equal to sec A plus tan A. Sec A plus tan A. Okay? Sec A plus tan A. Again, LHS under root 1 plus sine A upon 1 minus cos A. Here also I want to give you one clue. In a root, if the terms like that, so generally we have to rationalize the denominator inside the root. Rationalize the denominator inside the roots. 1 minus sine A is here. We'll divide and multiply it by 1 plus sine A. Inside the root it is coming 1 plus sine A, and that is also 1 plus sine A. 1 plus sine A into 1 plus sine A, it is 1 plus sine A whole square. Upon denominator, identity can be used, a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square, 1 minus sine square a. And that means 1 plus sine a whole square, this square will be cancelled by root. So this term is free from the root and free from square, upon 1 minus sine square a, 1 minus sine square a, that is cos square a, under root cos square a, under root cos square a. So it is coming 1 plus sine a upon cos A, upon cos A. Denominator can be separated, 1 upon cos A plus sine A upon cos A. 1 upon cos A, reciprocal of cos is sec A, and sine upon cos, that is tan A. Okay? Hence LHS is equal to RHS. Now in the fifth question I am selecting a question number 10. Question number 10. Here there are not LHS and RHS, there are three terms. LHS, RHS, and one is a middle term. Okay. There are three terms in it. 1 plus tan square A, 1 plus tan square A upon 1 plus cot square A is equal to 1 minus tan A upon 1 minus cot A whole square is equal to tan square A. Okay. Three terms are there. 1 plus tan square A upon 1 plus cot square A is equal to second term is equal to third term. How to solve these type of questions? Here we can do one thing. First I am taking this term 1 plus tan square A upon 1 plus cot square A to be proved equal to tan square A. Now we'll take this term and to be proved as a tan square A. Then all these three terms are equal. Okay. 1 plus tan square A upon 1 plus cot square A. Okay. Direct identity. 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A, and 1 plus cot square A cosec square A. Okay. Sec square A. Sec is the reciprocal of cos. So I write 1 upon cos square A, and cosec is the reciprocal of sine, 1 upon sine square A. Again 1 upon 2 upon 3 upon 4. So may I write here sine square A upon cos square A, and sine upon cos, that is tan, so it is tan square A. Okay. So this term is equal to tan square A. Now I am taking this middle term, 1 minus tan A upon 1 minus cot A whole square. Okay. 1 minus tan A upon 1 minus cot A whole square. A minus B whole square, A minus B whole square. So I am just going to, or first of all, tan is to be converted into the form of sine upon cos. 1 minus sine A upon cos A upon 1 minus cos A upon sine A. Okay? And then it is a whole square. Now, what I am doing here, this is the line. LCM of 1 upon 1 and cos A, that is cos A. So it is coming cos A minus sine A. Here LCM is sine A, that is sine A minus cos A whole square. Second term, fourth term cancel. Cos A minus sine A upon, cos A and sine A will not be cancelled. Cos A and it is sine A. They are not going to cancel. 1 upon 2 upon 3 upon 4. First term multiplied by 4 term. Cos A minus sine A multiplied by sine A. Okay. Upon second term and third term. Sine A minus cos A multiplied by cos A. And that is whole square. Okay. This means, here let me tell you one thing. Cos A minus sine A and sine A minus cos A. Will they be cancelled? Yes, they will be cancelled if I'll write here sine A minus cos A in the form of cos A minus sine A. So I'll take minus sign common. So minus sign is common. Now minus 1 is common. And minus 1 with whole square. That means minus 1 whole square, it is plus 1. So the meaning is cos A minus sine A can be written sine A minus cos A if the term is there in the whole square. So I am writing here sine A minus cos A multiplied by sine A upon sine A minus cos A multiplied by cos A with whole square. Because here I have taken minus common. Minus means minus 1 common, minus 1 with whole square. So it is plus. So that means there is no change if I write cos A minus sine A or sine A minus cos A in whole square. Sine A minus cos A cancel. Sine A upon cos A, that is tan A whole square. So it is tan square A. Okay. Now I'll see that the first term is equal to the last term and second term is equal to the last term. That means they are also equal. Okay. So these are all the questions of this exercise. After that, remaining questions I hope you can solve. One question number 8 is there. Sin A plus cosec A whole square, cos A plus sec A whole square. You can use an identity A plus B whole square. And finally, cosec and tan sec. You are going to use these identities and getting the right hand side term. Okay. In my next video, we'll start that some applications of trigonometry. Okay friends, till then, bye. Thank you.